Let's look at the GraphQL console today. It provides us a graphical interface for creating queries of the event store within Connect Data Services using the GraphQL API. What it's going to do is it's going to return to us different event data and associated reference data here in the response pane out of Connect Data Services. So to go ahead and use the GraphQL console, under Developer Tools, you go to Developer GraphQL Console, which is exactly what we've done here, and it's going to show you your organization's schema of events, which depending on the event types that you've created may look very different from this one. So go ahead and issue a query to actually retrieve events. You go ahead and hit query. Now, if you want to use the mutation tab, you can use this too, but this lets you actually upsert or delete data. So actually issue mutations or modifications. In this case, we're just going to do a query. Now, you can use the Explorer tree here to actually create a request. So first, let me query my anomalous acceleration events. Let me hit the little arrow. Now what I can do is I can hit where and filter by different fields that contain the start time, end time, the duration. I can also use options as well to retrieve specific like counts if I want to sort the data as well. I don't even just have to return a certain range of events. I can issue a count. I can sort them by different properties. What I can also do when I'm done is I can pick what I want to be returned as well. So I can say I want my returned query to give me the name of the ID, the name of the event, the ID of it, its start time, the asset that it came from. Specifically, I want the asset name and asset type name. Now under my where query, let me get events where the start time is greater than, and let me go here and look at my calendar, look at greater than July 1st. And you can see as I select these different options right here, I'm repeating the process with multiple different objects. And when I'm done, I can hit send request here in the bottom right. It will send this request that I've constructed in the top right to actually fire the request here. So let me go ahead and hit send. And you're going to see in the response pane the results. Now, let me see, it's issuing this query. It's going to give me events that happened after this start date. It's going to give me the ID, start time of the event, and then also it's going to show me which asset it came from. And sure enough, here are all of these events. Now you can see it's got my start time, my asset. So you can see these are coming from the site 12 inertial measurement unit. This is the start time of all these events. If I wanted to, I can hit copy the entire response body. I could download the JSON and begin issuing reports against this. I could save this as a data file that I can then slice and dice to my BI tool of choosing. Or of course, I could issue a request via the API console here, get the same data, or even I can issue a REST request too and see what it would be like to issue a REST request and actually fire this particular request that you see here to this URI and get the same result. So what I can do is you can query events either via the Developer Tools API console. That'll show you how you can query them just using the standard API, or you can use this constructor here, the Explorer, to build a query request, fire it, see what the results would be, and then if you issue the exact same request but to that URI with this request body, you will get this same result. So an amazingly powerful way for you to explore all of your different events using the GraphQL API. And it's worth knowing that the request viewer here in the GraphQL Explorer actually bidirectional. So as I issue changes here, it's actually going to update them on the left-hand side. So to show you what I'm talking about, if I say, actually, I want events since August, see, as I change the month, it changed this here. And if maybe I'm pasting this in from another editor that did not have the same, pretty print syntax, and I can hit this little format button on the top right, and you see it's automatically going to give me a properly formatted query. So amazing. If I wanted to use variables too, if I want to repeat certain queries and save certain parts, I can use variables as well and save them there. But just wanted to show you in a quick few steps how you can explore events. Now, there are lots of different ways of getting events into Connect Data Services. We'll explore those later. But for anyone who has questions about how you can use the GraphQL console, again, when you first start off, it drops you into a view of the schema for your organizations, all the different event types. You can click on any of those and build your queries. You can use where to actually do your filters to figure out which events you retrieve. You can hit options to change your count or your sort. And then of course you can click your different fields below to see what you actually want to retrieve. So for instance, here I'm seeing my events, but if I actually want to see the, let's say the GeForce that was actually an anomalous reading that triggered these, I can hit value. You can see that's added right here. So I want to have the value added, and perfect. Actually, this is really useful. Let me resend my request. And you see, sure enough, now it's done this, and I can see here that since August 1st, I've had 2 events. This one is 861 millig's, and this one is 1,164 millig's. The start time of August 10th at 9:17:04. So just want to show a quick example of how you can use the GraphQL Explorer and some of the more common capabilities. Again, the ability to issue those queries. If you want also to do mutations so that you can upsert or even delete events that you don't wish. In my case, I'm not actually going to be deleting any events, but you can use this exact same window to do those changes if you want. A great way for exploring multiple different sets of events, constructing very rich queries, and then showing how those results would be returned to you. And of course, you can download those results as well on the right hand side directly from the response, or you can save your request body and issue it as an API request to receive these same events in a client tool of your choice. And that's how you can use the GraphQL console within Connect data services. Thank you.